Hi, good morning to all of you. In my last video, I have demonstrated how to create a simple login page by using Java Web Application. So since you have already studied framework, in that also one of the module was related to creating web applications. I'm not going too much deeper into that HTML controls and all those things. Please learn by yourself if you're not clear with what are the different types of controls available. So today I will just give a brief introduction. Now in this video I will give a brief introduction about uh, how we can write simple JSP applications. So now when I speak about JSP uh, in the Java server pages, why it is called Java server pages? Because we know like when we have an HTML page, which is mainly used for creating websites, these websites are getting executed in the client browser area. Yes, when you say rajagiri.edu, that rajagiri.edu site will have an index.html or an index.some file, which is downloaded to your browser, and then in the browser area it is getting executed. We know like when we take gmail.com, we want to log in into Gmail account. We will get a text box and a password box, and then there is a login button. So when you click on that login button, we know that the values are sent to some server. And in the server, that username and password which you have given is checked with the database whether such an entry is present or not. If at all such an entry is present, you will get a home page telling that these are the new mails which came into your inbox. Otherwise, it will give you a message that uh, invalid username and password. So what I want to tell you is that, so we have HTML which is mainly executing in the browser area. We have something what is called JavaScript, which is mainly used for the client-side validation. That means you are clicking the submit button only after giving the valid information. But whether that information which you have given is matching with the value what is present in the server database cannot be verified by this HTML or XML. For that, you need to have some concept in which where it can be processed in the server. That is why this is called server pages. See that name? ASP, you might have heard something in ASP in the last semester, that is active server pages. That means it is very simply we can say like this: page which contains instructions which are executed in the server is called a server pages. I will repeat, it's an HTML page or something like that, whereas some instructions are always executed in the server. Such a page we call it as server pages. We rather, the technology which is used for that, we call it as SST. What is it? SST, server side technology. So if I ask you like which are the server side technologies you are familiar now, I can say that in last semester you might have studied PHP, that is a server side technology. Not only that, you have studied what is called .NET framework. In that you have learned something in ASP, that is also a server side technology. So this, in this video, which I have just mentioned about JSP, that is also a server side technology created by using the programming language Java server pages. I hope this much is clear for you. Now, if I ask you a question like what is SST? SST is nothing but a server side technology which is used for executing some instructions in the server. Now, let me ask you a question: which server? Nothing but it is a web server. In the web server, it is getting executed. So SST, server side technology, the page, the dynamic web page which contains instructions which are executed in the server. Now I introduce another term, what is called dynamic web page. What do you mean by that? Dynamic web page means HTML pages are mainly classified into two categories. One is called static HTML and the other is called dynamic HTML. What makes the difference? Static HTML pages with the content won't be changing. Whereas in case of a dynamic HTML page, the content may get changed. Clear? So I will explain more about this in the next video.